As you probably already know, Kamala Harris has announced who her vice president will be if she's elected president. Guys, if she gets elected, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be the probably one of the worst days of my life if we elect this woman. I'm literally gonna be sick to my stomach because if Kamala Harris gets elected, we're basically saying the hoes win. The hoes, we've given America to the hoes if Kamala Harris becomes president. I just can't imagine living in a country where hoes rule. Hoes rule, men drool. They hate men. That's gonna be her next campaign motto in 2028. Hoes rule, men drool. Hoes rule, men drool. That's gonna be her campaign slogan. But nonetheless, she just selected her vice presidential pick. It was a man by the name of Tim Walz. He was the current, I think the current or former current, I think he's the current governor of Minnesota, and he's as bad as you'd expect. He's even more to the left of Kamala Harris. He passed a bill in Minnesota to allow boys' bathrooms in every school district, in every school in Minnesota. Uh, Allow boys' bathrooms to have tampons in them. You'd say, what? What woke? Why would a boys' bathroom need tampons? Well, it was passed by this freak. This is a freak by the name of Leif Fink. Leif Fink is a trusted advisor of Tim Walz. Leif Fink, as you can see, is a man with lots of issues. He's a man that has lots of problems. Leif Fink is a man. He was the first openly transgender person to be elected to state senate in Minnesota, and he was a trusted advisor of Tim Walz as they passed the bathroom bill to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. If you don't see what's going on here, folks, the writing is on the wall. At one point in American history, a man who looked like this. I mean, what do we have going on here? We have a man who has pink hair. He's wearing a pink suit, pink fingernail polish, except for one fingernail. It looks like all the other. Two of them are purple. One of them's hot pink. One of them's black. This is just ridiculous. Even if an actual woman went on stage looking like this, we call that out as ridiculous because it is ridiculous. But now in this crazy world we're living in the world of the left, this is normal. We live in a world where this is normal. I'm going to do a video later today about who Alabama selected to be Miss Alabama. You know, in the beauty pageant contest, they select a Miss Alabama. I'm going to show you who Alabama. We live in a world where what's wrong is right, what's right is wrong, what's beautiful, we call it ugly, what's ugly, we call it beautiful. We call this brave and courageous. A man getting on stage. He was literally elected into office in Minnesota. We call that brave. That's brave in our eyes. But what is it actually? This is confusion. This man is confused. He's a middle-aged, on the older side of being a white male. He's wearing a hair that you'd expect from some confused, depressed 18-year-old. Wearing the fingernail polish of some type of suicidal emo. And this is who we put in office. This is who we put in office. And the man he was Tim Walz's top advisor. Now Tim Walz is about to be vice president. This is who Tim Walz, you're potentially your next vice president. This is who he goes to for advice. And what kind of legislation do they come up with? Well, they come up with legislation that's going to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. Why are they so obsessed with children in bathrooms? This isn't the first instance where we've seen a Tim Walz, where we've seen a Leif Fink. We've seen them obsessing over children in bathrooms. What is up with the left in pursuing children? Well, not only do they want to propagandize the next generation into thinking that tampons for boys is normal, which I grew up in. We know that's wrong. We know it's wrong. We know a boy has no use for tampons in my generation. But this next generation, they want that generation growing up saying, yeah, it's totally natural for a boy to use tampons. I don't even know. I'm a 30-year-old man. I don't know how a boy would use a tampon. But not this next generation. This next generation, they're going to figure out a way. They're not going to figure out how to go to Mars. They're not going to figure out how to harbor energy from the planet Jupiter. No, fuck that shit. But they will figure out how to get tampons in boys' bathrooms. They will figure out how a man can successfully use tampons. Some big scientific innovations we got going on here in America. This won't happen under Trump. President Trump would never sign a bill allowing tampons in boys' bathrooms. They also passed a bill in Minnesota making it a constitutional right for children to receive gender-affirming care. Gender-affirming care is a constitutional right because of Walton, Minnesota. Representative Fink's statement on the trans refuge bill signed into law. April 27th, Governor Tim Walz signed the trans refuge bill, making it a right, a constitutional right for children to have access to reproductive damaging hormones. He signed the trans refuge bill will protect people seeking or providing gender-affirming health care in Minnesota. And I would read, what the bill is talking about, but, this is just... I don't think we should have to get into that. These are the freaks. These are the freaks. Tim Walz here and Leigh Fink. These are the freaks that passed this. What do you think they're going to do for you as a black person? They're not going to do anything for you. What do you think they're going to do for you as a regular American? They're not going to do anything for you. They don't care about you. They care. These people are literally beholden to Satan. I don't know if you believe it or not. They've either been convinced by Satan, or some of them didn't even have to be convinced by Satan. They're just completely on board. These people have been propagandized into pushing the propaganda and legislating that propaganda. We can't allow this to happen. We got to vote. We cannot allow this man to get into office. We cannot allow Kamala to get into office. It will be the worst thing to ever happen to America. And, some of you people, I'm going to say this and I'm going to close. Some of you people really sit here and call yourselves Christians. You really sit here and call yourselves Hebrew Israelites. I have a lot of Hebrew Israelites that watch my page. You call yourselves Hebrew Israelites. How in the hell can you vote for something like this? How in the hell can you support something like this? You cannot call yourself a believer in the Bible when you are willing to support these people that are doing everything they can to destroy God's law, to destroy any essence of God. You cannot be if this is what you support. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And remember to like, subscribe, share, and as always, stay woke.